Well, lean is interesting because what lean manufacturers have learned is that, I'll say, the middle part, which is the execution part of MRP, ERP systems, doesn't work, and it's padded. And so to get rid of the padding that they've got, they go to lean, which means that they ignore all that intermediate stuff. And then they begin to look at their operations on a basis. The problem you have, though, after about 2 years of running a lean operation, you realize that you have no forward vision of what you're able to do tomorrow. You're just able to analyze what you could do today. And if what you do today is like what you're going to do tomorrow, it works just fine, every day looking like every other day. I think overproduction is a huge mistake because it's always a question of whether that overproduction can be sold. And you've wrapped up money, if you would, in a very illiquid form, and it sits on the shelf collecting dust and possibly losing its complete value. Terrible mistake to do that, and I think if you've got programs like nMetric, you're far less apt to make that misjudgment error. Wait time is a time buffer, that you're making sure that you've got plenty of time to do whatever it is you're supposed to do. That is generally misused. When people start doing analyses of the utilization rate of equipment and machinery and things like this, it usually is the biggest waste is in wait time. So it's not a good idea. Inappropriate processes are generally totally misunderstood. They can exist, but an inappropriate process, if it's producing scrap, for example, is very, very costly. When you have even a small percentage of scrap, let's just say 1 or 2% of what you expected to make and need to ship, the cost is at least 15 to 20% higher cost to recover from that little bit of scrap. So if you can eliminate scrap, it goes right to the bottom line. It's a very important part of the equation. The ideal company in manufacturing, to my thing, is one that has no inventory, but the ability to do anything instantly. So whatever anybody orders, you are ready and able to do it and deliver it on time. The cost of capital and everything else for doing that only appears poorly in generally accepted accounting principles when, if you build inventory, it shows on the books as if it's cash. But if you're trying to get a good bottom line of real cash, then not having inventory is a very good idea, and the ability to do what you need to do without ever having to hit inventory is terrific. That's utopia. I think unnecessary and excess motion tends to reveal itself. If it depends on your workforce and the habits and culture that you have in a company. If the culture is a good one, there will be an avoidance of things like that. If the culture is not a good one, you'll have continuation of bad practices. The time to fix a defect is very dependent on when that defect is discovered. If you discover it early enough, you know the cause. If you discover it too late because it's been in inventory, you don't know what the cause is, and maybe you can't find a way to fix it. So just being able to find these things quickly is a fast track to fixing things that cause defects.